Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, welcoming you to Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, otherwise known as Crystal Barrett. It's where we take a Pinterest pin and let ourselves be inspired by it in some way for a layout. Not very restrictive concept. Usually I find a layout and I have a Pinterest board called Layouts I Need to Copy. I usually go there and pull a layout that I'd like to lift. But I'm also doing 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And this is day 30. And this is Christy's own sketch that she created. And it's got a background paper, looks like it might have a frame, and just looks like 2x2 squares, a photo cluster, and so forth. So I'm going to kind of go with that. And I'm using my Scrap Backwards kit. I wanted to actually come pretty close to killing it. And actually, when we look, this is what I have left in the way of papers, and I'm pretty proud of that. I think these are useful. I actually cut some extra 2x2 squares just for good measure. I didn't know if I wanted to maybe double them up, and I may when we get to it. And I have these sticker sheets. I think this is the main sticker sheet that I used, and they're all travel related in some way. And so I'm gonna use those. The Pinterest pin that I went to my own board, and it's I think it's travel, and I actually had pulled this a long time ago, and it's a rear view mirror view of a sunset. And I remember that I had taken one like that, this one right here, of a sunset when we were on our road trip, our big road trip back in 2016. I forgot to distress these. I try to do a fair amount of tedious work before turning on the cameras. But anyway, I decided that that would be a good subject to use up my Scrap Backwards kit. I was actually definitely looking for something travel related on Pinterest because I had it in my head that I'd like to use my Scrap Backwards kit. This is also my list of Calvinball rules, and I will put as many as I can, and I'll mention to you what I'm using that gets me a point, but I won't make you watch me do it all. I have a relatively short window to get this video done, and I will add the Calvinball points later to the layout itself. Okay, without filming. Although maybe it might be fun to do a little time-lapse video. I think every year I try to do one of those. Okay, so I'm going to take this pile of 2x2 squares, some photos, some just squares. Where there's a photo, I've put foam behind it, and I've got a little brown square that I can offset. And I'll put it on. I'm gonna kind of eyeball a grid here. Actually, I want this wonky and this straight. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of go down the way here thinking I might do, now here's something funny. I had this pattern paper. It's 7 Gypsies paper. It's red and white stripe on one side and black and white polka dot on the other side. I had enough for this square, but I didn't have a 2x2 piece. I just had this piece. So I put it on navy blue, and I had a yellow circle with stars. Decided to make kind of a stylized American flag, just, you know, for the heck of it. I'm going to go down here, and I don't know that every section has, in fact, I know that it doesn't have, that every section does not have a square, but, so I'll leave this one out and put this here. Am I leaving too much space? Let's see how, I had it laid out a while ago, just dry fitted, and it seemed to work. I'm gonna put, yeah, why not? I'll just put them where they seem to want to go. And I'm gonna put this on here, kind of before putting it down. Put that right there. And here, and I can have something coming halfway out of there, like maybe this. Coming like that. And I'll put this here, and I will have a piece coming out from there. Let me do this, and I guess I should get that straight. I'm just going to kind of put that right here, and that'll tell me where I can put my wall drugs piece there, and then I'll see if I need something there. We're gonna go here, and then I might skip one and go to a photo over here. I'll just kind of place some things around. I'm going to put this one right there. That wouldn't go there. That would go maybe right there. And then this needs to have a little bit more backing on it, and I have this black and white one. Let's see, did I do a photo without the brown? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do the brown coming out from behind here. There we go. And this one should go maybe, why not right there? And that's not proper spacing for here, but by the time I put Calvinball point embellishments on here, everything's gonna look like it was lined up. Okay, so Stickers, I know I want to use this, let me pull out my foam because I'm going to layer these with foam. I know I want to use my interstate sign, and I could maybe put it like right there. That's a good symbol for a road trip. This road trip has been documented in many different ways. The first was a Project Life book. I'm just going to hang that little bicycle sign, and I get a point for a bicycle, so that's exciting. Here's a Texas ranch road. Now, on this particular road trip, we did not go through Texas, but in our travels, we have certainly been on many Texas ranch roads. I'm going to kind of let's see. I'll put that, actually, let's put it in one of the little spots there. I've got some banners that have some labels on them. I'm going to cut them off or slide them under something. The photos are appropriate because we were in cities and we were in mountainous areas, and we were in areas with large plantation type homes, and I suppose Tennessee and Kentucky are considered the South, but I, being from Louisiana, kind of consider those places to be north, and I don't necessarily consider, think that you have to be in the east to be in a big city. So I'm going to kind of use the symbols, but not the labeling, if you will. Okay, and in this grouping, there was one that said the West, and I'd already used it. I forget what the icon was, but I can certainly use that as that symbol. We were on the Pacific Coast Highway in California, and I'm gonna, do I really want to do that? I may, let me see whether I want to cut that or not. I'm going to put this aside. This says visit our national parks, and we did go to some national parks, but that sticker is too big. I'm going to use the little Interstate 35 kind of hanging off out of behind something, just like that. I need a geotag for a point, and I've got one right here. And I'm going to put it so that a star is showing through it on this little circle here. because this was definitely a US trip. I've got this tab that I'm gonna kind of hang off of here to kind of reinforce some of my colors, and I'm going to use this that says Adventurers, and it has an ampersand on it, and I may cover that up with something else for Calvinball point. I want this to be straight, and it's too sticky. Okay, there we go. And I've got, I want to add this red to the theme here. I had a lot of red in this collection. I tended to use it up pretty quickly. And let's see, where can I do this? I could have this banner kind of sticking up out of here because it's near the green in that wall drugs. I like this thing that says Journey Together, and I'm going to put it right here. So I need some foam on one side of it. And I'm going to come back and put some ribbon or twine on this and call it a tag, because I get a point for a tag. Now, something I definitely want to use is this US map. And I was thinking right there, so I need some foam on the right side of it. I'm gonna do foam all the way across, and then I'll do a little bit of double foam there because I want it to have some height above the square there. I want it to have a little bit of shadowing under there. Okay, let's see. I've got some a mountain. Do I have any more than one mountain? I have just the one mountain. And there's a photo that's kind of in the mountains. I'm going to put the mountains over here by the city, the cityscape. Actually, it might be kind of cute here in South Dakota. And I'm going to go back and label all these places. Let me just kind of, let me do it this way. Maybe like that. And then like that. Okay. And I've got this little sticker that says the open road is calling. And that could maybe go there. And I'm going to put some foam behind. Okay. And I like this sticker that says Travel, Explore, Live because it has wood grain, but it doesn't really fit in anywhere. Now, there's a Jeep or a tractor or something. I like, one of the things I like is a symbol that looks like a road. And I've got this piece that I could run maybe through here. Let me pull this up and then I'll put this over it. And this will make up for the fact that I stacked these higher, closer to the top than I did to the bottom. So, that doesn't go all 12 inches. Go figure. So I'll pull it in and try to center it. No, that actually is worse. You know what I'm going to do is I'll just put something, an embellishment over there to make up for the fact that that border is a little bit bigger than this border, or I will decide that it doesn't matter, and that's more likely the case. Come on. I want this squared up on the road. Okay. And there's this red heart that says, I left my heart in. And I think that's cute. Okay. Photo corners. I'm gonna add off the photo right there. If I need to, I'll come back and glue that. And this one, I'll go right here. It needs to be over the black and white. There we go. Okay, and I think that's all from that sticker sheet. On this sticker sheet, I've got, there's a little symbol of, there's a plate and a knife and fork, and certainly eating along the way was one of the parts of the adventure. I can put that right here because Waldrug's was a place that we did eat. I may use this is an alphabet here that's cut out of a map. And I may use that. I don't quite know how. I may run a title across here. But I'm thinking deep in the West. And I will put deep in out of these letters and then West out of this. And that's a song title. by one of my favorite artists, Shake Russell. Let's see. It's so fun to experience something new. Is there a place to put that? Maybe here? Again, kind of bringing in that yellow. And kind of leading over here, crossing over to that photo. So I think this is all I'm going to film. Let me, I get a point for an avocado. As of today, there are no points for hedgehogs anymore, so I'm not going to do a hedgehog. But I have this avocado, and I get a point for stamping. So I'm going to stamp the avocado right there. Oh, I was hoping to get the seed right over the green dot there, but I didn't do that. So that's that, and I get a point for having a clock, and I was thinking I might do a clock. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll do the clock on some paper, and I will put it right here. I tell you what I'll do. I've got some circles over here. How about I stamp the clock on that circle, and then kind of cut out around it. It's not exactly the same size. And then I'll put that I've got it upside down. Okay, so, and then I've got a tiny little butterfly. I get a point, I'm not sure what that is, hanging on to it. I get a point for a butterfly. And at this point, at this stage of the game, there are so many things that get points. I don't come even close to trying to get them all on here, but I I try as much as possible for them to be small, especially when I have a fairly busy layout like this already. And another thing that gets me points, and what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing the things that I have right here on top of my desk. I'm not going into my Calvinball storage, either in my cart or my basket. And these are just some small things that I had. And I won't be adding a whole lot to this, and what I do add, I think will be small, because my objective here was to kind of evoke the travel and wanderlust that's implied in this photo, which kind of comes from and is inspired by this Pinterest pin. And so it's not, this particular layout If it gets me a few Calvinball points, that's great, but it's not necessarily about that. I'm going to put this pineapple, which of course is apropos of nothing in this whole scenario. But the color's right and it gets me a point. I'm going to be using Call Me Crafty sequins, but I probably won't do that until towards the end. And I will probably pull in some Bramble Fox acrylics, and I'll probably be pulling in, I know I'll be pulling in some Dottie About Flair, and I actually have some like mountain scenery flair. There's one right there, and then I've got this one that's a little bit different, and I guess that's it for those. But I also wanted to do a squirrel because we, you know, saw a few squirrels along the way. And I'll be putting a sunflower on there because that's John's thing. And so I'll be adding a little bit more to this later. Well, actually, let's do the flare now, just for the heck of it. I thought that the this one kind of looks like a sunset above that mountain. So maybe that guy, I can actually put it on the photo, right? There we go. And then I can slide a small, like, another embellishment under there. This also kind of looks like a sunset, and it might go, let's see, if I do the squirrel here, that one can go there, and it kind of brings that orangey red color, and it adds purple, and I get a point for purple, so I hadn't thought of that. But yay. I want this maybe right there. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next month for Off the Board, and I won't be doing Calvinball then, and won't be doing 30 days of sketches, but we'll see what I come up with from Pinterest. So thanks again. This has been fun.